If you look at this Venn diagram tracking the absolute pinnacle of elite sports, global box office dominance, and major elected office, the intersection in the center is nearly empty. Reaching the top of even one of these fields is statistically near zero. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the glaring exception. He is one of the few individuals to have successfully occupied all three spaces. He navigated these separate industries by applying a consistent method, setting a singular vision, ignoring the skeptics, and outworking the competition through endless repetition. This matters because it suggests that barriers like foreign birth, lack of capital, and language deficits aren't insurmountable. He dismantled those hurdles by treating his life as a series of calculated, highly focused acts. That first act began in Thal, Austria, shortly after World War II. Growing up in this small mountain village, Arnold experienced a strict upbringing with limited financial resources. At age 15, he found an exit strategy. He started weight training, using physical discipline to mentally escape the limitations of his surroundings. His dedication was total. At 18, during his mandatory service in the Austrian army, he secretly left his military base without permission to compete in the Junior Mr. Europe contest. He won, accepted his punishment, and used the victory to fuel his next move. By the time he moved to America in 1968, he was training 6 days a week. He settled in California, joined Gold's Gym, and eventually secured 7 Mr. Olympia titles. Bodybuilding served as his foundational laboratory. It was where he learned to set a high-stakes goal and then manifest it through the sheer volume of his work. When Arnold arrived in the United States, he had very little money and spoke limited English. Long before earning a major Hollywood salary, Arnold invested in real estate and a bricklaying business. This chart shows a spike in his net worth preceding his film career. This gap, the financial independence he built, allowed him to turn down minor, stereotypical roles. His business success acted as a strategic shield. Because he didn't need the industry's money to survive, he could wait for roles that fit his specific ambitions. At the time, Hollywood saw 3 massive liabilities: an unpronounceable surname, a thick accent, and a physique that was considered too muscular for a leading man. His breakthrough came in Conan the Barbarian, where his size was no longer a flaw, but an absolute requirement for the role. He then leveraged that presence into The Terminator, playing a relentless cyborg assassin. The role turned his rigid movements and mechanical delivery into iconic traits. Even his accent became a tool. It transformed standard dialogue like "I'll be back" into one of the most recognized quotes in film history. By the 1990s, he was one of the highest-paid actors in the world. He didn't shrink to fit an industry's mold. He forced the industry to adapt to him. In 2003, Arnold made an aggressive pivot into politics, winning the California gubernatorial recall election. He leveraged his personal wealth and global recognition to bypass traditional party machinery, appealing directly to the voters. As the 38th governor of California, his agenda often crossed traditional party lines. He paired fiscal reforms and infrastructure projects with some of the most aggressive climate change and environmental initiatives in the country. Governing a state with one of the world's largest economies proved that his methods, discipline, clear vision, and intensive preparation could translate from the gym to the political stage. After leaving office, he remained a prominent advocate for clean energy and global philanthropy, focusing on after-school programs and veterans' health. His public life faced a major crisis during his separation from Maria Shriver. He publicly took responsibility for the personal mistakes that affected his family and focused on maintaining his role as a father. He later shared his life's lessons in several books, emphasizing a relentless work ethic and the importance of being useful to others. Arnold Schwarzenegger's career provides evidence that it is possible to reach the summit of 3 unrelated hierarchies in a single lifetime, provided you commit to a process of continuous learning and growth.